And we started making names right away. And I loved it. I was robbing drug dealers, and taking their gold right off their neck. And the shit we did, who's going to call the police on you? A drug dealer?
I can identify with anything that was normal, to be honest with you. But I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
99% of the time, you're going to disagree.
Just like the Donnie Brasco situation with Lefty?
Yeah, because the reason why, they figure it this way. You brought this guy around, he ratted on everybody, now he ratted on you. You might turn around and join him and rat on us, so we get rid of you, there's no connection between there and there, and they get rid of you.
Welcome to another episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today, got Convict Inc.
And he knew the difference. Morphine's a body high, and oxy's a head high. He knew the difference. I just turned into Russo's extreme interesting. Thank you, man. I appreciate it all across.
So Carmine Persico, man.
Yeah.
Was he like a stern guy, or was he like fair? And did he have any problems in there when he was there?
No. I will say this. So I've only heard one time. So a lot of guys that are in positions of power that get older, no matter where they're at, you'll hear stuff about them. Either they feel like you ask them, they look back on their life. Was this worth it? Are you glad you're a part of this? Some of them have regrets. Carmine, of course, would never have any regrets like that. I can honestly tell you, and I was going to say get extorted, or maybe not necessarily extorted, but like, hey, they'll do favors for you to keep you here. You know what I mean? That happened a lot. Not Carmine Persico. Not Carmine Persico. Yeah, he died of a freaking leg infection, man. There's something that's crazy. That
dude, I don't know, man. I wouldn't be able to spend that much time in prison myself. What do you think about people calling him a rat, man?
Wow. So I talked in depth about this with somebody who was there with me, and I'm just going to say his name is Stevie, and freaking Stevie won't call me. I don't know why. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, because I really wanted him to be on with some Carmine stuff with me. Look, I never ever
bro.
got anything.
I appreciate that. Thank you so
Man.
much for that. I'm sorry for interrupting you, man.
No, it's cool. I would never. What do I think? So I never got that kind of impression, but let me say this, and I don't want it, man. I question everybody who's a top dog in any organization. And I don't mean that. I know there's people that are not bad and done stuff, but it's like, I just did a video the other day, I'm going to say, about shot callers, unit reps, shot callers, bosses, gang leaders. I didn't put it up. I stopped because I said it a little wrong, but I'm going to do it because I know everybody that's been to prison will know exactly what I'm talking about. And I've been in a position of power. I've been a unit rep, and I did have the Dirty White Boys for 3 years at Lewisburg. So, Billy, there's other people that can attest to that all day long. So I've been put in positions. I've had staff press up. I know how easy it would be. I know what the little game is. You know what I mean? So I'm really going to go thorough on that at some point in some time. What do I think? Let me get back to the question. I never saw that. I do know this. This is what I do know that makes me pause. Okay. Carmine had some dirt on Giuliani. Now, I've been into it with some reporters that really knew him. Not into it, but no way. There's no way Carmine could have done that. Me and Steve Fishman had this conversation. I am telling you, Carmine Persico had some dirt on Rudy Giuliani. I don't know what it is, but it made me believe it was something on a dirty deal or something. I don't know. And people from the Colombo family, people that know that I've said Carmine's like my father, don't come shoot me or don't come at me all crazy.
Listen, man, they're all under indictment. I don't think they're worried about you right now.
No.
They got big problems. They got major problems.
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to smut him up. I'm trying to say that I knew the man. There is no doubt. He told me, if Giuliani runs for president, I'm going to give you a story that's going to make you. But he said, Robert, I can't. Carmine didn't do that. He wasn't that guy. He was going to let me write a book about him. The reason he did not, I got transferred. If I wouldn't have got transferred within a year, especially when I did the Madoff interview, because I interviewed Bernie Madoff, that was my little claim to fame. Carmine was 100%.
You interviewed him where, in prison?
Bernie Madoff in prison, yeah.
So what was he like when you were around him?
Man, like a who described him best? A writer described him best, like a garage mechanic. And I don't mean to take anything away from garage mechanic, because nowadays you got to be a scientist to be a garage mechanic. Basically, I'm talking about a normal Joe. You know, like Bernie. It was so remarkable how little he knew about anything in the world. Like he didn't know anything outside that financing stuff in New York City, which I guess is the world, arguably. You know, New York City is the top city in the world. So, I mean, you know,
pretty much.
So, down like normal. Bernie was normal. I don't, you know, yeah, he was kind of like a normal person.
So I got a little bit of a video to play.
Go ahead.
From your channel. I'm gonna play a little bit of your video. And
All right.
So Gianni says Madoff was a regular guy, huh?
In prison.
In prison. But so were people on him trying to get money out of him?
Well, a lot of people believed. So if he would have went to the wrong prison, he would have problems, you know? So they must have been shaking Bernie down for millions. No, they didn't. Like Bernie didn't have, man, I am in the camp that will say I don't believe Bernie had a dime stash. Not one. I don't believe he had one dime stash. I know people will say I'm crazy. I'm telling you, I do not believe he did. He had one bank account. That's what it all trickled through. Anyway, he was cheap bastard.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So when you left,
okay.
Yeah, when you left,
yeah.
How long from what place were you in that we were just talking about?
Terre Haute, FCI Terre Haute.
Yeah, so from there, did you go home from there? Where did you go home from?
Terre Haute. That's the front of Terre Haute right there.
All right, so this is his release from prison video. So wow. Check it out.
Compassionate release.
Get that mask off your face. Put your arms up in the air and say, free at last. I saw that movie.
Oh man!
All right, tell him. Just tell him. Wow. Just tell him what you feel. Yeah. I honestly don't know. Okay. I'm overwhelmed.
My brain was just fried. I don't even know. Yeah.
That's pretty nuts, man. To have a video. I never. You know, I've been released from prison a bunch of different times. I never had a video of it, but
yeah,
you spent a long time there, man. And it's
all right.
Yeah, that was something, man. So the guy, my wife used to come visit me. She's from Spain, so she started coming over every 6 months if she could. But she met a couple that was a Christian couple that owned a taxi cab business in Terre Haute. And he's the one that came pick me up, was the husband. Because I just got spit out.
Rosso, yeah, just like they call you up and just like, hey, you're leaving, right?
I filed the compassionate release. In the beginning, I thought I would get it. Then I had my doubts because of where I'm at, the Western District of Arkansas, real conservative area. And to this day, I don't think anybody else has been let out. It was really a fluke. And when it happened, I didn't expect it. I wasn't even thinking about it. And they told me the night before that the judge that I won, but they didn't know what I won. They said that the judge had granted you a sentence reduction to 25 years. Now I just couldn't get that all processed, but I knew that I'd won, but I couldn't figure out what, you know what I mean? And I got dizzy. I had to sit down. I had to hold the desk and sit down. You know, I did when her name was Miss Hall. She told me, and then another one named Miss Boo, 2 females, and her name was Miss Boo. I'm not calling her Boo. And they told me that, and then the next day in the morning, Miss Hall came to work early, and they found out that I was being released that day. So I had to get a ride. You know what I mean? So Marta had called that guy, and right when I'm leaving the unit, just two kids from, and I call them kids because they're in their 20s. Usually anybody under 32, I call kid. It's just a habit. Ran up to another guy and socked him in the face. And that was at 10:30. Got locked down until 3:30.
So when you were leaving, were everyone cheering? Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of my friends. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
did you keep it on the low? Because I used to not tell people when I was gonna leave because people try to fuck up your release and all this. So I try to avoid all that, man.
So mine was like front and center in the unit because of the way they did it, because it was totally unexpected. Plus, right then there was nobody else doing law work. So I'm like basically doing everybody's law work too. So you got the guys that are like, oh shit. You got those guys that are like, oh, what am I going to do now? And then you got the guys that are like, you're really going to leave, and then you got the other ones that you're leaving behind that have life as like you do. There's guys that like didn't get in trouble the whole time and they're still in there right now. Bro, I got out and I got 25 shots, like a lot of trouble,
Yeah.
So it's like there's been some moments when I've almost felt guilty, man. I ain't gonna lie, there has been. It's weird.
Yeah, but no, man, that's their story. You got your story, their story, and I hear you. They put themselves in them positions, so you're not liable for what they're there for. He said, ask him about the safe in the wall.
So we dug a safe. There was a brick in the cinder block wall.
Yeah,
and I had the brick I used to keep. So I was clean for a while at Lewisburg. Then I started shooting dope again. And we used to keep stamps, a lot of stamps in the wall and stuff like that. And then another dude, I'm not going to put his last name out there, but fuck, whatever. His name's Chris. He probably ended up telling on it. I got locked up over it. Madoff, he would love, and the more beg, the more hit them, the more they all risk. I was reading the Ireland guy. Madoff only robbed greedy bastards. He would leave investors hanging. The more there's some truth to that. Real quick on that, Bernie would claim that he did not go approach people to go get their money. They were coming to him. He was trying. His story was he was trying to tell them to go away. I forgot to put. That's like something I should have put in my videos about him, but that's true. He said that, and they never had, if they had over 5 million, I wouldn't touch nothing under 5 million. That's what he said. Like they had money anyway, but anyway, that's a whole different story. Yeah.
So one time when I was locked up, man, this dude gets called. He has life, right?
Yeah.
He gets called. He comes back. They granted it to me. He gives away all his stuff, goes down to the office. They made a mistake. He comes back to he comes back to the block, man. He already gave his TV away, all his food, everything, all his extra clothes. He had life, man. Do you know how much stuff he gave away?
Oh, that sucks, man.
So then he comes back to the block. People won't give him all his stuff back. He starts flipping out. He starts smashing shit, throwing stuff at the cop. They lock him up. He goes to SEG. And that's that, man. It was bad.
Yeah, that's bogus. That happened at Chino to me, where my time. So I ended up getting my California time run concurrent with my Arkansas time, but I didn't do enough time to satisfy the state. So California put a governor's warrant on me, and I ended up fighting it for a long time. I went back, so my time was messed up.
Yeah.
So they didn't know I could either be released immediately or I had to do like 16 months. And I ended up doing the 16 months, but they called me down 2 days back to back. And on the second one, the cop said, "You're leaving." And I was like, the day before, they're like, "You might be going tomorrow," Yeah, but I was going to do 16 months, but still it sucked. It was the day before Christmas. It was on the 24th of December.
It's terrible, man. Especially when you're like, damn, you gotta accept that shit. Like, man. I used to never really accept it fully. I would always try to figure a way out, something like. Yeah. My brain would always be working.
How long you been out? How long?
I've been out for 10 years. I did about 5 years altogether. I only did state time. Wow. I was involved with gangs and drugs and some not so good people. I changed my life. I'm trying to show people that it's possible, I volunteer, I help out in my community, and I'm just trying to show the world that people change.
Do you go to city council meetings by any chance?
No, I
So,
don't.
so this is a small town. So I've been going, I was going to go tonight, as a matter of fact. And so it started at 6 o'clock. Because
You should, man. You could go.
tonight's
You
the
could
city
go.
council meeting. I'm like, oh man. So anyway, they're boring, but there's something, I don't know. It's like I can't vote right now anyway, but
You get
I've
to
been
give
going.
your insight. You get to give your
Sure,
insight
we get to
on
see something like this is a small. I live in a small town.
felons can vote now, man. If you didn't know, there's
35.
papers you could fill out, and felons
Yeah.
can vote now.
Yeah.
So, and there was a governor who was on video who said, if you can't own a gun and the government's telling you can't own a gun, go buy 2 of them. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it was
No.
insane, man. It was it's pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna go do that. Eventually, maybe I'll get a pardon one of these days, and then I'll be able to own a firearm the right way, right?
Yeah, sure. You can
But
have.
hey.
I don't. If you live with your girl, they can actually have a gun safe and a combination, but you have to go through the proper channels, and it's a big deal. But you can't. I mean, as long as you don't have constructive possession of it.
Not if the girl already has the weapon when you get with her.
Well,
Right?
yeah. So we went. I live in the country. Went through that whole thing because my first it was a family I lived with. Then it was we're out here. There's like things that can eat you here where I'm at. Like for real. Like like there's pigs that root up my backyard with tusks.
Yeah, and them pigs are dangerous, man.
So somebody's got to do something.
But yeah, I would definitely want to have you on again, man. You got a lot of great stuff, a lot of
Thanks,
intricate. Your story has a lot of twists and turns, man.
Yeah,
I want to peel it back,
Yeah. So yeah, I'll come back and we'll kick. I'm actually, I swear, I'm late on doing a video. I was going to do one before. We were trying to get this when my wife was doing this, and I was whatever. And I'm going to do a video now. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll just go shoot that thing live tonight. But I think I'll just wait. Tomorrow I'm going to start doing live.
Hey, man. Just do it, man. People are gonna like it. They're gonna continue to watch your show. It's gonna build and build, and you're doing great, man.
I can't believe that how good my channel's been. I'm really fortunate, even though I got to stop attacking trolls. Anyway, because I
made a bunch of people get in the bathroom, man. I kicked a bunch of people out of here, but hey. That's what happens when people disrespect. They go in the bathroom.
So yeah, go in the bathroom. So
yeah, on the Bronx Tale when he's looking at me fucked up. Put him in the bathroom.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I put them all in the bathroom.
Okay, that's good. Anyway, so tomorrow is March the 1st, is it not?
Yeah, and I got a tattoo to do tomorrow, man.
Do you?
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, I'm tattooing an ex-cop who ended up turning to a life of crime, and now I'm gonna tattoo an ex-cop.
Okay, so that's cool. Yeah. So I mean, law enforcement. I mean, I'm cool with the cop here. You know what I mean? So I don't. That's if you're not involved in crime and stuff, you kind of have to appreciate them for what they do as far as the community. You know what I mean?
This dude wants me to ask about Tommy Reynolds.
Tommy Reynolds is coming, so I've got Tommy Karate and Tommy Reynolds. There will be things on my show about him coming soon. There is a reason why I can't say no more on both the cases. I'm waiting for phone calls. That's about the best I can say. But I've definitely got stuff in the works for Reynolds and Tommy Karate. Yeah, both of them.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And for all you haters out there, eat your heart out.
All right, bro.
Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you can get my videos every time they got. Thank you so much for joining me, man. And I can't wait to have you on again. It's going to be a great time.
Thanks,
Thank you, everyone. Hit the like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.